Hello and welcome to the video. If your child is going to have a tonsillectomy or adenoidectomy, then this will be very beneficial for you. So our son actually had to have this operation because he basically had pediatric sleep apnea, and we didn't really realize that that's what it was until he actually turned 5 years old, and we started noticing more and more that he just did not sleep through the night. He wasn't well rested. He was constantly like grumpy when he got up. He was very, very rambunctious, and he showed all signs of like ADHD, which apparently can be like a misdiagnosis for having pediatric sleep apnea. So we had him checked out, and the doctor chose not to do sleep tests because he had so many symptoms. He said there's definitely something going on, so we'll just put him on the books and get him scheduled, and then we will have his adenoids removed. So this has been a crazy adventure, but it has been so much fun to see him grow since this surgery, and I really just hope that this helps encourage someone else that's about to go through it. Let me see, go ah, ah. Let me see, put your head back, look up in the light, ah, stick your tongue out, ah, ah. I can't see in there, it's too dark. Dark. It's too dark in there. All right, go pinch around your nose. What's that? Did you get a buzzer? That's so cool. It's gonna let us know when our table's ready. We arrived at the surgery place really early, and they checked us in and gave us a buzzard and let us wear a mask and gave us some stickers, and so he was just having a time of his life. He did not really understand what was going on. He was just watching TV, and we had already showed him some videos on YouTube of other people going through this, and it just really helped him to kind of see like what he was about to do. We didn't want to throw him in there blindsided and just go, oh, okay, have a good day, we love you, and then him come out with a sore throat. So we wanted him to understand you are going to go in, you're going to have a surgery, you're going, like, these are the kind of steps you are going to take too, and also when you're done, like, your throat's going to be sore, but you know, look at all these kids that got through it, you're going to get through it too. So we just wanted to take that approach, and I think that was very beneficial because he had talked about it for so long that he was talking about it when we were walking in, and as we were like getting him ready in the bed, and when he woke up, and even when we came home, he just seemed as if he kind of understood what he was going through, but by no means did that make it easy. The surgery is definitely difficult, and for him, his adenoids and tonsils, the doctor said that they were very enlarged and turned more inwards, so he had to cut more or sear off more, and so he just kind of warned us that his throat would be very, very sore for a while. So it was really hard, like 4 or 5 days in, when he first got done with the surgery, it was as if nothing happened. He literally woke up. He was a little groggy from the anesthesia, but other than that, he did a really great job waking up, and he drank his juice and ate his popsicle, and he was ready to go. You could see him physically like trying to test his throat. He definitely could tell that something was different, and when we got home, he just wanted to walk by himself and do his own thing, and that afternoon he was actually jumping on the couch, and I thought, wow, this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then the next day it started to hit, and by around day 4 or 5 it got really rough, because they say that that's like when the scabs are like falling off, so that's not fun, and then you're going to get like new scabs kind of over it. And so for a good week it was very, very hard, but staying on top of his medication and making sure that we did that was very beneficial, and just making sure that he understood what he was going to get into prior to doing it. But now he's like, I don't want to go to the doctor, because we kept calling him a doctor. So I would suggest maybe call it a surgeon. You need to go see the surgeon instead of calling them a doctor, so that way they're not like worried about seeing the actual doctor, because that, in my experience, has made him a little bit more leery of going to see his regular pediatric doctor, because he thinks I'm gonna go get like something cut out of my throat again.
Of course.
Alright, how you feeling?
Happy.
Happy? You doing good? Look, Lexi's down here destroying your water. Hey, that's not nice. So we're a couple hours post-op.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good? Yeah, we got our own makeshift bedside table over here. Upside down laundry basket, and Lexi's eating the straw. Good job. So I'm sure there's going to be somebody that watches this and think, what the heck were you thinking feeding this kid pizza after he just had his throat seared? Well, first off, the doctor was very adamant that whatever they want to eat, let them eat. And yes, of course, that wasn't my first choice, but he's a very picky eater anyway, so he was very adamant that he wanted pizza, and we got pizza for him. He did eat the first night, and it didn't seem to bother it, because it is burned, not stitched, so it's not as if like the sauce or whatever is really going to bother his throat. It's more the swallowing and like taking it down past the sore area. So they just said if they want to eat, ice cream, give them ice cream. If they want to eat, pizza, give them pizza. It doesn't matter, as long as they're eating, give them what they want. So that's what we did. We listened to the doctor's orders, and in hindsight, it looks like a terrible decision, but honestly, I was just glad that he got something to eat, because once those scabs started falling off, he didn't want to eat it all. Not even ice cream, not even Jello, like all the things kids should want to eat, he was not into. So basically, he was just on a liquid diet for a couple of days, because that's all we could really get him to eat. They had warned us that he might lose some weight, so we were already prepared for that. I'm just glad that he got a really high calorie food in him prior to him going through a couple of days of not eating anything, because that probably helped satiate him for a very long time. It's day 2 of recovery, huh, Mom? We're eating ice cream for breakfast. Our throat's a lot more sore today. That's okay, we're still taking our medicine. And the ice cream, does the ice cream help make it feel better? Yesterday we went outside and just hung out, and I guess because he doesn't have tonsils or adenoids, nothing happened to him, but me and Jackson were outside for probably like an hour, and we both got, like, I was sneezing like crazy last night, my eyes started itching. He's literally been jumping on our couches ever since yesterday, and even though he doesn't feel 100%, he's not really gonna slow down super much, so my job to help him do that, but he also, it's good for him to get his body moving at the same time and just keep going no matter what. So over the next couple of days of his recovery, we just kind of played games and hung out, and I just made sure to help him get adequate rest and make sure that we stayed on top of the medicine. But like I said, around day 4 or 5 it hit really hard, and it was very, very difficult, so I did not film during that time, but honestly it took like 2 or 3 more days, and that was the hardest part, and then we were good to go, and he recovered quickly, and he's doing so much better with his attitude and his sleep and all that. So we're just so grateful for this surgery. I hope that this video has been helpful for someone who is about to go through the surgery, or maybe has already gone through it, is in the really trenches of the surgery after effects. But just know that it gets better, and it is totally, in my opinion, a surgery worth having, especially if your child has pediatric sleep apnea. So thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below.